Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just treating myself. My hair has been dry under a scarf because I just had no energy to do much to it. My kids, we've had the flu. My husband has also been sick and I've also been under the weather. Very ill the past few days, and I just didn't want to pay attention to my hair. So it's dry. And I just wanted to show you what I normally do to my hair to revive it. And I'll just tell you more about a herb that if you've never tried herbs for your hair, if you've never tried any Ayurvedic products or any Ayurvedic herbs, this is something that you might want to start with, and that's rosemary herb. Okay, so I've got some rosemary bushes growing in my garden, and I normally pick from there. You can also buy it at the supermarket if you don't have any rosemary growing, but it's very easy to grow. You can get it at a nursery as a small plant, and it grows into a very big bush, and you don't have to do much to look after it. So I'm just going to show you how to use it, and we'll revive this hair together. So here we are in my little rosemary bush. It's been damaged a little bit, but it just keeps going. I don't have to do much. I'm just gonna pick a few sprigs. You can get these kind of sprigs as well at the supermarket. Rosemary is very good for natural hair. I've been using it for many years now as a rinse, as a tea rinse. You can also get the essential oil from a health shop. Basically, rosemary strengthens hair follicles, so they are stronger, and your hair doesn't pull out of the roots easier. It fights dandruff, it reduces inflammation on your scalp, and helps soothe conditions like scalp eczema and psoriasis. It nourishes the hair follicles with hair growth nutrients, controls an excessive oily scalp. That's why I don't have to wash my hair that often, because it stays clean for most of the time, protects the hair cuticle from damage, and promotes thicker hair growth and makes your hair very voluminous, and shiny. Every time after I wash my hair, I always rinse it with a tea, and most of the time it's a rosemary tea, or it's a black tea or rooibos tea, any type of tea. You can get guava leaves, but I make it a habit on wash day to always rinse my hair with the tea and maybe some apple cider vinegar, just to give my hair that nice conditioning in my scalp. And it also stimulates blood circulation on the scalp. Just because I have some fenugreek seeds, I've added some fenugreek seeds into my mixture, and fenugreek seeds is one of the things that I always have in my tea spray or in my hair rinses. So fenugreek is a rich source of protein and iron, and as we know, protein and iron are both essential for healthy hair and hair growth. So it has anti-inflammatory and antifungal properties. This is because fenugreek contains flavonoids and saponins, which make the scalp an ideal and conducive environment for healthy hair growth. So fenugreek also promotes hair growth, and this is because it helps to combat dandruff, control sebum production, and dryness on the scalp. So after a while, I just shake it around and I put it into my spray bottle, and I will use it from there. You can leave it overnight if you want, and it just gets darker, but I don't have to, so I didn't in this case. So basically, while the spray is warm, while the tea is warm, I'm going to spray it around my hair just to get my hair damp. My hair is medium porosity, I would say. It loves water, it retains moisture, but it doesn't stay damp like the whole day. It does relatively well in dripping off excess water, so I would say that's medium porosity. I'm just massaging my scalp and getting the rosemary and fenugreek into my scalp. Rosemary also is very good if your hair is shedding, okay, and also fenugreek. So if you've got excessive shedding, you might want to try it. So I'm just going in now with some butter. It's a mixture I make with some butter, shea butter, some castor oil, some sweet almond, and a few essential oils. Massaging my scalp and just basically sort of sealing in the moisture that I've just sprayed all over my hair. Whenever I moisturize my hair, I always focus on my ends because my ends are the oldest parts of the hair. That's where you start getting split ends, that's where you start getting a lot of damage and breakage. I always focus on my ends. I do my scalp, I massage my scalp, but I also do a lot of work to my ends to make sure that the hair on my ends stays healthy and it doesn't break. That's how I retain length. So I'm just going to speed it up now because I'm just going to be doing the same thing over and over now. Basically, what you want to do every week to make sure that your wash day is not tedious and like a huge burden. You want to make sure that you remove shed hairs. So when I'm doing this process, mostly it's just for me to remove shed hairs that's accumulating on my hair strands. So that's when I wash my hair on wash day, uh, I don't have a lot of shed hairs that will cause tangling. So basically you can see that's what I'm doing here. A lot of the shed hairs accumulates at the ends, you know. So I'm basically just detangling and removing shed hairs, spraying my hair with more liquid and adding some more butter to make it an easier process. Every week I do this. I refresh my hair and remove shed hairs so that on wash days I don't have a lot of detangling to do. As you can see, it looks like I've never stretched my hair. My hair has reverted back. It's been very hot these days. So combined with the humidity and the spraying that I just did now, my hair basically looks like I've never stretched it. So that's why I don't really bother to keep my hair stretched most of the time. It's a nice thing to do now and then, but my hair will never stay that way because it loves moisture and it always reverts back when I am in a very humid environment. So depending on the routine you set up for yourself, natural hair can be a burden every day, or you can manage it like how I'm doing it. Only once a week I'll do something like this and you can see that it's quick. The detangling, I've said to myself, my hair will never be super detangled and I will not bother to put in the work with a comb or a brush. As long as my hair is in a one direction and the knots are off, then that's enough for me, because as much as I can even use a comb, as soon as I finish that, it will be back to a tangle again. So as long as my hair follows one direction, for me that's detangled enough. Also, I maintain these parts. You see these parts, I never part my hair like afresh. I wash my hair in these parts. If I've set for a period to have chunky twists, I'll keep the same parts. I'll wash my hair in the same twists. I'll just refresh them and put them back in. I will never be sectioning my hair over and over and over. If I decide that I want thinner twists, I will section them once. Every time I wash my hair or refresh my hair, I will go over those same parts. So I don't have to section my hair every day. As you can see, I'm basically going over the same parts. And that's the kind of thing that I set out to do to save my hair from a lot of manipulation. So just try this for 1 week. Manage your hair this way. Section your hair once and then just go over those same sections every time. Every time you wash your hair, every time you refresh it, just do that over and over and see if it makes the work easier for you, and see how much length you retain by doing that. I do this even with my daughter's hair. She has shorter hair than mine, but basically we go over the same parts. We refresh the hair whenever we need to, but we don't manipulate the hair every day. Every other day, all I need to do is to spray my hair, my scalp, with that same tea that I made just now. This is how much shedding I've collected in this one session, and basically every week this is how much I'll remove from my hair. Who says natural hair has to be a burden and a pain? It's simple, isn't it? So what I normally do is I just wear a scarf to lay any flyaways and just to make it more neater. I don't use gel most of the time or any edge control. I just let my hair be, and I think this is neat enough for me to go anywhere with the hair. So that's my easy refresh routine, moisturizing routine for once a week. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.